Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to I Allegedly. I've got a good one for you today because there are no more leasing agents. AI has taken over. It's the future. It's here. And I hate it. And I'm sure you will too. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe to this channel, please. Take a look at our sponsor, please. Noble Gold Investments. But I am in Irvine, California. If I cross the street on Jamboree, I am in Tustin, California. This used to be the marketplace. Not anymore. What they did 2 years ago was they ripped down all the businesses here, got rid of them, got rid of the large retail places, the bookstores, the Office Max, the Staples, everything, and turned it into these apartment buildings. Now, the problem with this is twofold. We need more apartments, we need more housing, all this nonsense that we're being told. And I'm going to show you a bunch of places. These are not vacant. Now, these are vacant. Here's the thing about this. You can look over the other side of this if you get one of those back units. It overlooks the toll road, which is a freeway. It overlooks that. The front section here overlooks the parking lot of the Tustin Marketplace. You have underground parking. Again, where do you park where's your dog? Oh, there's a few balconies here. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But what they're doing more and more, and I want to thank a man that wrote me, Steven, who went and went to 3 locations here and said, Dan, it's terrible. I went to these locations. I wanted to move to Irvine, California, and I had to fill out an application before they would show me the apartment. Now, here's the thing. You can sit there and say, oh, that's no big deal. It's a huge deal. What if you walk in and you hate the place? You hate the layout? Can I look at something? No, fill this out first. They don't speak to you. There are no sales agents. You fill out an application. There's no one to talk to. Here's the list of schools in the area. Where do my kids play? Where's the local park at? There is no park because we took every square foot. Now, across the way over here, you got the Amazon Fresh that's getting rebuilt. And, they've got the 24-hour fitness right there. But once again, who's going to live in these units? It's not cheap. It's not like these are $1,500 apartments. They start at $3,000 to rent these places, and you can have yourself a unit that can go as much as almost $6,000, $5,800 a month. It's too much. It's too much. I think it's ridiculous. And the idea with this is that you're having more and more applications being done through AI. You sign the lease, you schedule the tour. Now, this one man that wrote me, he was given codes like you fill out the application, you go to the code. The third code, it was somebody's apartment. Put the code in, he opened the door. Hey, what are you doing here? Okay, how'd you like that? How'd you like some guy knocking your door? Needless to say, I don't walk around closed all the time, so you can use your imagination there. Self-guided tours are replacing this. Now you can sit there and say, oh, that's great, Dan. I don't like to talk to people. I don't want to walk through and navigate that. Well, you're not going to have a choice now. You're not going to have a choice. You're not going to be able to ask any questions. Hey, what are my neighbors like? Who's around me? What's the internet like? All the things that you wouldn't want to ask these people, you are not going to be able to ask. It's done. So let's go enjoy ourselves walking through this area. It's ridiculous, guys. There's so many of these places being built here in Southern California. And again, fill out the app. See if you qualify. Ooh, think about all the different parties that they would ask. Rental preferences are changing. People like convenience. People like not speaking with other people. No, they don't. Now, this place has got an ice cream place here. I guess you could call that a park, but this is where they ripped down all those businesses. You've got the movie theater here. They tore down all these places. Everybody here was basically given a day to move out. They were told you're being evicted and your lease has been canceled, which is horrible. Which is horrible. But again, that's it, guys. Isn't that a great place to walk around? COVID did the automation. And my daughter in 2021, when she moved out of the house, We went and looked for places in LA, but she got to meet people, understand this. And what it was you get to go through here, fill out the app, you get to walk through by yourself. We went through several different locations, and the idea with it was, you just don't, you can look at the apartment, then you go down and you would sit in a room where the person was about 40 feet away from you with a mask on, answering your questions about the facilities. The place that she moved to was in Sunset and Vine. It was great. I completely talked her into this because it was safe. It had, security guards walking around, and they would get to know her name. Hello. And let her in the building, and it was fabulous. But once again, this is what apartment life is like, guys. This is your green belt over here. Doggy walkway area. Okay? I think it looks like prison to me, guys. That's just me. So, back units here are not completed yet, and those are the ones that go up against the freeway. So, hundreds of apartments here. Hundreds of apartments. A lot more to cover. Let's get into it. Let's talk about our sponsor, Noble Gold Investments. Let me ask you a question. What happens when governments start putting price floors onto silver? Right now, there are 50 nations that are talking about price controls for the minimum price for an ounce of silver. That's big news, guys. For the last 5 years, we have had deficits in production for silver. Silver should be sky high. It's creeping up right now again. You need to contact Noble Gold Investments today. Let them answer all your questions. 877-646-5347. Gold is taken off. I've seen prices predicted for the summer at $5,600 to $6,000. You don't want to miss out on this. Look at what people are doing to protect themselves. They're getting themselves into precious metals. The best place, Noble Gold Investments. They have protected their clients for almost a decade. They've done over $2.5 billion in transactions, thousands and thousands of customers. Contact them today. 877-646-5347. The thing I love about this company is that there's no sales talk, there's no gimmicks. They're here to help you. Contact them today. Let them answer all your questions. Give them a call and let them know that Dan from I allegedly sent you. Now the construction continues and the back section's not done. But would you want to live in a place like this? Around the country, people send me pictures of this type of construction, which is basically dormitory construction. Where do you have your dog? Does your dog walk out here? I mean, I guess it does, but your kids, where do they play? Do they play by the ice cream place over there? It's crazy. It's not family friendly. It's not friendly. I mean, it just looks like it's like a hospital to me. Spent too much time there. Let me know what you think. Let's go look at another spot. But it's not just the rental market that's out of control. It is the condos that are for sale. And we're seeing problems with price drops. We're seeing problems with units not moving. Now, this is the Irvine Company, guys. This is one of the largest landowners in the world ever. Donald Brent is one of the richest men on the planet Earth, and they love rental units. They're going to be doing a lot more, but they're vacant right now. And they're vacant. So with these hundreds of units, you've got hundreds of vacancies right now. Let me know what you think. Would you live in a place like this? Oh, I just saw the pool. Okay. Clearly not going to be able to get into it, but let me just show it to you. Just privacy, access, your backyard. There is no backyard. Some of these units have the little cubby hole here. But here's your pool area. Everybody looking down on you. Let me know. Is this for you? Would you do this? I mean, I've lived in apartments. When I was going through my divorce, my kids had to live in an apartment and trek up 3 flights of stairs. It's just how it was. But I don't know. They're ripping down all these shopping centers and places to build these things. What do you think? Let us know. Let everybody know what you think about these places. Now, these units are on a semi-busy street called El Camino Real. You got Jack in the Box in the corner, that's Newport Avenue, and these are the units. You can see how narrow they are, that they're 3-story units on this side. And please understand, these start at $899,400. These are 900 grand to live here. Isn't that crazy? 900 grand. Now, as I researched this video, they were talking about all the pluses. You know, this is going to make it so that people can move in faster. Oh, really? You're just going to be able to apply. You're going to be able to get your DocuSign documents, and you can be in your apartment before you know it. But then there's a downside. No nuanced answers. Nobody to tell, for you to tell your story to. Think about this. Hey, I'm just between jobs. I just got a new job, and I'm making more money working here. Well, you've been there 2 weeks. Think about that. What's an AI agent do with that? How do you explain that to an AI agent? You don't. You don't. Now, here's the other thing is, what is the crime in this area? Oh, this is a safe neighborhood, sir. It's great. Well, here's the difference. There's a great site that you must sign. They're not a sponsor. It's called Spot Crime. You go to Spot Crime and put your own address in, and it's fun. I love going to neighbors' houses. I love people telling me, I live in the wealthiest part of this county, and I'm sitting on a cruise ship having some guy tell me how great it is, and the crime is up 70% in this guy's neighborhood. And I sent him the app to show him, wow, maybe things fell apart when you got in the boat. Anyways, this is on a major street. Behind this street, if you live in those units, it's the 5 freeway. You have no privacy, you have no backyard, you've got no driveway. Think about this. If, I had a party Friday night. Okay, well, where does everybody park here? They don't. Well, you can't go to Dan's house. I guess we can go out to the park and sit there for 900 grand. Now, here's the thing about this. You can sit there and say, oh, Dan, it's $900,000. That's a good deal for the area you're in. Wait a second. Don't forget the upgrades. Don't forget everything. Oh, you want nice doorknobs. You want the granite countertops. You want the hardwood floors. You want tile floors. Whatever. That's that. A little bench area out there to sit. That's it, guys. There's your security right there, too, watching me film. That's it, guys. Look, all these are available, guys. Look at that. Right? Come on. Come on. Step up. Write a check. This is ridiculous. Now, this is KB Homes. They're not going bankrupt. KB Homes is going to be here. If this place is the dismal failure that I know it is, because the price has already dropped 40 grand from the original price, and how would you like to be the person that bought something and your neighbor pays $40,000 less for it? That would be maddening. It would be horrible right now. So, once again, there's young executives that like to live in places like this. People that want to live across the street from the Habit and the Jack in the Box. But again, check out spotcrime.com, put your own neighborhood in there, and you can see what's going on. Now listen, sales office is open Wednesday through Saturday, but kbme.com is always open, guys. You can go online and get your questions answered. You can't. It's not the same. It's not the same. What if you had bad credit and you fixed it? You went through a divorce, your business failed, but you got a great job. How do you explain that to AI? Seriously. We will have to take you to secondary. I mean, it's not going to be nuanced and fast. I love all these terms that they use for stuff like this. This is incredible. This is incredible. Huh? So enjoy, guys. Let me know what you think about all this stuff so far. But would you spend 900 grand to live here on this street? Huh? Could be your back, it could be your front door right there. Come on. They're not selling. They're not selling. I could show you, and I'm not kidding you, 3 dozen of these places like this here in Orange County. Between here and the ocean, I'm in Tustin right now. Between here and the ocean, I could show you a ton of places like this. Now the next location is the Row. The Row, brand new apartment complex, just got built in the corner of Red Hill Avenue and Warner in Tustin, California. It's nice. Really beautiful, spacious place. Now, this is a nice building. 5 stories. It's got hundreds of apartments here as well. The Row on Red Hill. Now, when you go check this out, I'll leave the link below. They have commercials. They're all over TikTok. They're all over Instagram. They show the pretty people, coming home. The guy, good looking guy, comes home, throws off his coat. He lives at the Row. You see all the single people and they're working out at the gym. But once again, who lives here? Nobody. There's no retail here. Their website shows a bunch of restaurants that are nearby. The closest one is 5 miles away, by the way. So that's not nearby. You can see the size of this place. Absolutely massive. Massive, massive, massive. Got sitting areas. Some units have balconies. I hear a vacuum, so somebody's cleaning up something. But, the little lounge area, you can hang out. But who lives here? You know, there is no leasing office. It's all automated. And, when I went through to the website, you can get your questions answered with their AI automator. And you've got these retail locations that are supposedly going to be restaurants and stores and things like that. With this down economy, there's going to be nobody moving in these places. You're not going to have the nail salon, the sandwich shop, and things like that. Oh man, this place is massive. Look at this. Yeah. Move in. 1, 2, 3 bedroom. They are a fortune to live here. And again, there's not one retail location open. Oh, the guy that's got the fan of it, I thought it was a vacuum. The guy's blowing. But you see how big these retail places are? They're massive. It's going to be empty. It's going to be empty. It's going to be empty. Got the fitness club. I saw, oh, wait a second. When you look over here, there's a few apartments. You can see stuff on the balconies and things like that. Once again, I wish everything is successful. I hope these places flourish. But once again, you have builders that built these places that spent an absolute fortune. And now they're going for a different type of advertising. Instead of print media, instead of radio, they're going with social media. And I don't think it's working. They're appealing to a younger crowd, but you better have a job and you better be very, very well off to live in a place like this because it's not going to be cheap. Across the street is the old LTA Marine Base, lighter than air Marine Base that got built, and like all good things, it's now the Tustin legacy where they are building, got a different complex. You can see the old blimp hangar, but it's just not done. Been open for a while. A lot of these units, different entrances. I wouldn't want to live in a place like this. I just think it's too expensive. I just don't know what happens. I mean, where's your manager if something goes wrong? No. But look at these retail places. I mean, again, huge, guys. Look at this. Let me show you a good. Now I'm going to finish this video with a few things. We have an email coming out any minute. You don't want to sign up if you're not on the list. You just use the link below in the video description to be on the list. And we have one going out within a day. And don't forget our private channel, I Allegedly Live. You sign up at iallegedly.tv for that. I am in Newport Beach, California. Across the street is Fashion Island, arguably one of the top 10 shopping centers in the country. This is the big Newport that I've talked about. And nobody's here. Nobody's watching movies. Parking lot is dead, as you can see. But what they've got approved for is they're going to rip this place down, and this entire lot is going to be turned into two towers that will be 140 condos. They will be 16 stories tall. So look at the ocean. That's that way. Now, beautiful piece of property. For those of you that live in Orange County, odds are you've gone to a movie here, just because this was an event place. This was a place that people would go to, and it was just great. They would announce the movies. They had a guy out in front that would walk in front of the movie, and they would announce it, and then the curtains would open. Just a really, really cool spot to see, movies. Okay, 6 screens, just great. But this construction that they're doing is happening across the country. Dr. Marvin sent me something, and it's happening on Biscayne Boulevard. And the wild thing about this is that there's a designation, which I learned, and you can see the last story below, that if a building is 984 feet high, if it's 1 foot taller, it's considered a tall building, which I didn't know there was a building, limit, size, whatever. Anyways, 985 feet is what they want to build. This is going to, rival the Empire State Building. But they want to build 421 condos in that area. Again, who's going to live here? Who's going to live here and have all these massive fees? Now, understand this. These condos will be millions of dollars on this piece of property. This is not the ghetto. This is the nicest area in the world. You are half a mile from the beach right here, but if you go up in the air, you're going to be able to see it. You got some guy here, some driver here waiting for somebody watching a movie. That's how rich this neighborhood is. This is not your normal theater. Okay? But they're going to rip this down. Got it approved already. It got approved in January, and now they started announcing it to the public. But Big Newport's done. This is done. Who's going to live in these places? That's the $64,000 question I want to ask you guys, because I just think you're going to see more and more of this. These places are being built across the country, and I'm telling you, I've had a dozen cities sent to me. Hey, look at this one, Dan. Look at this one. They all look like dormitories. They all look like they're prison, places, or something that a hospital, like I talked about earlier. It's ridiculous. So let me know what you think. Would you live in these places? Do they interest you? No, not me. Hit the like button, subscribe. I like a little yard. I like the dog to have a place to go outside. And pool, girls. Yeah, that's my thing. Anyways, like, subscribe, make good choices. Always check out our sponsors. They're fantastic. Okay, I'll see you real soon.